Now the second reason why they have to leave trees behind is to do with the tree tops.
Sweden freedom, a love so true. Their vlogs in Sweden, they'll take on you. Capturing moments, their story to share. Subscribe and like, join them everywhere. Sweden Frida in Lappdale, Rome. Adventures in Sweden, their vlogs bring home. With laughter and joy, their journey unfolds. Come along, subscribe to become part of their goal.
Hello everybody. So I'm on a little hike, just getting out of the house and enjoying nature for a little bit. And as you can see, I'm in a piece of forest that's been freshly cut. This is the same forest that they were cutting down in a few vlogs ago, but now they're done. This is all they were gonna cut down. And let me show you something. So as we walk through this freshly cut forest, you can see they left a bunch of trees standing. And there's an interesting reason behind this. When they're cutting down forest, they have to abide by certain rules and laws, of course. Now, the owner of the forest would love nothing more than to take down all these trees and also earn money on those trees. But they're not allowed to cut those trees down. It is against the law. So owners will always have to have a couple of trees standing on their land, which they cannot earn money off. Which is cool, because these trees get to be older and older and bigger, and that just is awesome. Now, why do they leave these trees standing? Can you guess? Now, before I give you the answer, I want to tell you that when I spoke to that guy on that vlog about how much forest he was going to cut, he said, oh, not that much. I think his idea of not that much compared to my idea of not that much are very different. Because this is a large piece of forest that he took away. Yeah, that's a little bit sad. But, you know, there's all these leftover trees, so that's good. Okay, let's get to why these trees are left here. It's not because the wood is bad, because their wood is just as good as any other. As you can see, they are nice and straight with not too many branches on the sides, which would make them perfect for selling for, you know, wood that they make planks and beams and construction materials out of. Yet they leave them behind. Okay, I've stretched for long enough. It's time you get the answer. It is for multiple reasons. Reason number one is to prevent erosion. If you take away all the trees, there is no more roots in the dirt that keep the dirt together. And on a flat surface like this, that doesn't matter too much. But when you're, for example, on a hillside, that does really matter. Because if you take away all the trees on a hillside and there are no more roots in the ground, you might get landslides. And you don't want any of those. Now, the second reason why they have to leave trees behind is to do with the tree tops. They need to leave places for birds to land. Which sounds weird because it isn't that far to real forest. But as I heard it, they need to leave one tree per certain amount of square meters, just so that birds still have places to nest and birds have places to land whenever they get tired. Which I think is a very good thing. Now, I do believe a third reason for them to leave the trees is as wind breaks, so that you don't get too strong winds in certain region. I can't say that for certain if that is one of the reasons, but I believe it's one of them. But the three reasons I've given today, birds, erosion, and birds, erosion, and windbreak, I don't think those are all the reasons. So if you know other reasons why they don't cut all the trees, please let us know in the comments so me and other people can learn. That would be interesting. Like, I like learning these kinds of interesting things, why things happen a certain way. Now, there's one sad thing about all these trees being left like this, and it's not that the owner is not earning enough money. I don't care about their money. But the other sad thing is that all these trees are used to being surrounded by other trees, which means they never got that much wind. And when a tree doesn't get enough wind during its lifetime, it doesn't create a very strong root system. So now all of a sudden, while these trees are standing by themselves and don't have their friends around anymore to catch wind for them, they get a lot of wind, and it's a big strain on their root system, which means a lot of these trees are gonna fall over in storms because they never had to deal with a storm before and never grew the roots to be strong. Like, if you want evidence for this, you can just look at these trees. They're very tall and slender, right? They're not thick at the bottom, they're very tall, there's not much side branches. The reason it hasn't got much side branches is because it was surrounded by trees and there was no reason to have branches on the sides to catch sunlight, because there never was sunlight coming from the sides. Now, when you see a tree standing by itself that has always been by itself, you'll see it's a lot more chubby. The stem is a lot stronger and it's got leaves in all the directions. But these do not. Like, look at this guy. All the leaves are on the top and there's nothing all the way down here. So it's very obvious that these trees never were grown in a position where they were exposed like this. And again, that'll mean that some of these will blow over in a storm. You can also see, when they cut down a forest like this, all these branches that used to be on the sides of trees, they put them on the forest floor and they just leave them like this. Depending on the size of the branches, they are gonna leave them. Like, if they are smaller branches, they're just gonna leave them, and that will become compost for the replanted forest. Because yes, they are gonna replant this because it's the law. They have to replant it within 3 years. I've said this a bunch in different vlogs, but I get new subscribers that haven't heard it before, so don't be too sad about Sweden cutting forests, because by law they have to replant every single tree within 3 years. And Sweden has been Europe's supplier for wood for many, many years. And Sweden has still got forests everywhere because they have to replant them. Most of the forests in Sweden are production forests. And I do believe 70% of all the wood that is used in Europe comes out of Sweden. So yeah, all the small branches on the floor, they're gonna leave as compost. But all the big branches, they will come and gather those with a machine. And those branches will be bundled up and will be left on the side of the road like these piles of lumber. And those will then later be taken to a factory to turn into sawdust like this. And that sawdust will be compressed into small pellets, and then you and I can buy those pellets as firewood. Like there are certain wood burning stoves that work on fire pellets instead of small logs. So yeah, not much goes to waste. They're gonna replant it. They leave trees left over for animals and against erosion. And within 3 years it's gonna be replanted. That's all the things that I have learned in my 11 years here in Sweden. That's how the Swedish people do it. Now keep in mind, I'm not an expert. I just hear things and repeat it back to you. So if any of this information in this vlog is false, let us know in the comments so we can all learn. I hope you found that interesting. I just wanted to share the knowledge while I'm out on a hike. And see you on the next vlog. If you like this, please leave a like, subscribe for more, and see you all next time. Bye.
Sweden freedom, a love so true. Their vlogs in Sweden, they'll take on you. Capturing moments, their story to share. Subscribe and like, join them everywhere. Sweden freedom in love, they'll roam. Adventures in Sweden, their vlogs bring home. With laughter and joy, their journey unfolds. Come along, subscribe to become part of their goal.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next vlog. And don't forget to subscribe.
So don't miss a video, subscribe now, and I'll see you in the next episode.